Grocon faces insolvency. Let's have a look. Good afternoon, everyone. Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this article discussing Grocon, the big construction company. Now, we've had some dealings with them in the past. Have you worked with them, guys? They're not a small operation, so the fact that their work is grinding to a halt and they're facing insolvency isn't a good sign. So work on developer Grocon's only Melbourne project, a 12-level inner city office, has ground to a halt. An ominous sign for the once prolific developer, which is already struggling with a legal stoush over its Sydney Barangaroo project. The company appears to be on the brink of administration, with subcontractors understood to be owed 6 months back pay and the gates on its construction site locked. This is the problem when businesses trading while insolvent, which is now allowed until the 31st of December. It probably means a whole lot of other people are going to get a taste of what it's like in the construction industry. 6 months. You'd hate to see how much material has been put into the building, from the bank of tradies. Grocon's Northumberland project in Collingwood, a once grungy industrial suburb that is now Melbourne's beating hipster heart, was due to finish later this year, with anchor tenant cosmetic brand Aesop to start occupying a large chunk early in 2021. Grocon is constructing the $111 million office development in a fund-through deal with the wealthy Lieberman family-backed Impact Investment Group, using debit funding from Wayne Lasky's MaxCap. But workers have not been seen on the site for months, according to construction staff of other nearby high-rise projects and other industry sources. Subcontractors removed tools and equipment over previous week, they said. When visited by The Age and the Sydney Morning Herald midweek, the construction site was empty and locked up. Most of the building's external fabric appears complete. The hip, John Wardell designed structure sits in a development-heavy pocket of Collingwood, alongside multiple office towers and opposite a large apartment under construction by Hickory. Grocon's construction legacy in Australia's biggest cities rivals any other private developer. But the developer, now run by Chairman and Chief Executive Daniel Grollo, the grandson of Grocon founder Luigi, has faced a series of legal challenges in the courts, most recently with property heavyweights Dexus, APN Property Group and GPT. It is also embroiled in a $270 million legal stoush with the New South Wales government, which it says undercut its high-rise aspirations in central Barangaroo, forcing it to sell its shares in the project at a steep discount to Chinese player Aqualand. Mr. Grollo would not comment when contacted, referring this masthead to a company spokesperson. Work is continuing on Grocon's Northumberland project at Collingwood. COVID has slowed the completion of the project, but work has not stopped, the group said in an email. But Impact, which owns the site, is understood to be on the verge of ending its contract with Grocon. The coronavirus outbreak, work from home and strict social distancing measures are putting enormous pressure on office and apartment developers, with many expected to struggle over the next 6 months as they balance high-cost building commitments with slow sales and uncertain tenants. Grocon recently filed documents with corporate regulator ASIC, saying its annual solvency resolutions had not been passed, a miss it attributed to difficulties with the central Barangaroo and the COVID-19 pandemic. The resolutions are meant to attest to a company's solvency for the next year and its ability to do business. Given the challenges faced by the construction industry during the COVID-19 pandemic and Grocon's ongoing legal action in the New South Wales Supreme Court, seeking compensation for the financial losses the company experienced as a result of major delays in central Barangaroo project, company directors have chosen the option of filing a Form 485 with ASIC at this time, Grocon said in the email. Mr. Lansky said MaxCap was committed to the Northumberland project. Impact is the borrower on the development, and both parties are totally committed to successfully completing the project. No further comment, he said in a text. Grocon is expected to make an announcement tomorrow. So we'll have to keep our eyes and ears open to see what's happening. Do you know anyone who's working on the project, guys, down in Melbourne? Any subbies out there? Any consultants working on it? What's going on? We'll have to see. Although, could this just be one of many dominoes that are going to find it quite difficult? Many construction companies that are going to have challenges facing them with the recession that's starting. We saw, you know what, I will bring this up here. Let's have a look. We'll have a look at the Property Council data room. Property Council data room. We can jump in here and we can look at the commercial office vacancy rates in different parts of Australia. The reason I like to show this is we can see just here it has office vacancies. See this spike up here. You know, in 92, 93 roundabout. This is from the recession. The last recession Australia had was around about here in 1990-91. Look at that surge in commercial office vacancies. Now, we've just jumped up a little bit. This is Australia-wide, up to 9.2%. We're over 20%. We might see a repeat of that. Do you think it's a good time to be a commercial office developer in a city in Melbourne or other cities? Maybe one city would be good. One city would be good, because we'll look here, we'll look at Sydney. There you go, look at that, it peaked pretty high. And I'm just going to move this back. We jump to Melbourne. There you go, look at that. And look how high and how long. You know, it didn't hit that vacancy rate until 2001, a decade in Melbourne. Sydney, 2008 pretty much, maybe 2001 as well. A decade again. What about good old Brisbane? Yeah, again, 90, we'll say probably 98. So only 8 years, a bit better. But we're still pretty high already. Good old Adelaide. There you go again, a decade. Perth. Perth, you know, it jumped back, say, 99. So 9 years to get back to 10%. Good old Hobart. Hobart, well, it took a while. 2005, everyone. And Darwin wasn't founded until 2010. It didn't exist. And good old, my favorite one, everyone's favorite, you know, home of the bureaucrats. There you go. The climb up was much more gradual. It didn't hit peak until 98. So when some places were recovering, and then it got back to 1990 levels at 2008. So a much slower and more gradual shift in Canberra. Maybe that's the market to continue developing in now. So what do you think, everyone? Do you think this is going to have an impact on commercial property? Do you know anyone who's working on this project? Are you working on this project? Have you gone and, you know, snuck in at night time and got your tools back? Or are you investing in some of these projects? As always, please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays or Teespring. You can use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.